Let's be real, I think every single BMX rider out there wants to know how to get faster gates in first straights, but no one really knows the science behind it. So today, I've done my research and I'm going to tell you, science-backed, the best way we can improve our gait in our first straights using sprints. There was a study done in 2020 that was on real BMX riders, and it showed that riders hit their peak power, which was around 1,288 watts, in about 2.34 seconds. This shows us that BMX racing is a super power dominant sport, and that training sprint is actually one of the most important things we can do if we want to increase our results. Another study that was done in 2014 on BMX World Cup races, and they found that your position into the first turn heavily predicts your result across the finish line. This makes sense because in BMX, most of our pedaling happens down that start hill in the first straight, and after that, we're kind of just using our manuals and jumps to measure our speed. It is so much easier to gain speed down the first straight than it is to gain speed anywhere else on the track. So, with all that research in mind, now we know that BMX sprints train 4 different things. They train acceleration power, which is typically the first 3 to 5 pedals. It trains our peak power, your ability to put out a lot of force instantly. It trains high speed power, which is being able to spin fast and still produce torque. And it also trains technique under load, which is things like posture, bar control, and smooth cadence. Now, let's talk about the 3 different sprint types that every single BMX racer should be doing at least once or twice a week. The first type of sprints we want to have included in our arsenal is going to be block sprints on clips. Block sprints train us to get that low cadence torque, which is our first 1, 2, 3 pedals, which can make or break the race, as if you're out of the back behind from the gate, they can easily come across and take your line. So we want to do block sprints to make sure we can get out and get that power down into the pedals instantly and maintain our speed down the hill. The second is rolling 30s. These train us to be able to spin fast while also maintaining our torque. There was a study done in 2017 which tested elite BMX riders at different cadences. They tested them at 80, 100, 120, and 140. And it showed that riders hit their peak power at around 100 RPM, but they reached their peak fastest at around 120 RPM. And this is the exact cadence that rolling in thirds gets us to. The third type of sprint is rolling power hold sprints. We roll in fast and maintain our speed over a distance of at least 40 meters. They help you maintain your posture, your cadence, and your breathing, and also allow you to learn to sprint through the pain, especially when your legs start getting sore, which is normally around that last 2/3 of a first straight. A good sprint session doesn't really have to be complicated. All you need to do is make sure you have 4 20-meter block starts to work on that torque and the power off the rip. Then followed by 3 rolling in 30s to work on that high-end cadence and cadence torque. And if your legs feel fresh after those 7 sprints, you can do 1 40-meter plus power hold. And as long as you're making sure you have full rest, maintain proper form, and hit yourself your block start and your rolling sprints, that is basically all you need. There's not much more to it. And so how often do you think we should actually sprint? Well, to break it down simply, in 2019 a study was done and it shows that doing too much quantity can actually lower the quality of our sprints. So based on what we've read in the studies we've done, I think doing 2 sessions per week is ideal to start with. Go into 2 sessions a week. It can be just 2 of the sessions before we mentioned, but go into 2 sessions a week to really build that power, and I can guarantee you will see those first straight times drop and you're gonna get so much faster. So to wrap it up, sprinting is the fastest way we can improve on the bike, and the research backs that. So all you need to do is do your block start sprints, your rolling starts, your rolling sprints, and your long power hold sprints. And that concludes the video. If you liked it, please subscribe and I'll make more videos like this. And if you would like to, go to my Instagram just up here, send me a DM, sprint, and I will send you across a free weekly training sprint program you can add to your roster. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.